What's going on, guys? It's Danny here. Welcome to 7.00 update for Dota 2. The new journey begins. This is a huge patch with a lot of updates for everything in the game. In this video, I will walk you through some of the biggest changes, the most important ones. There is a new HUD changes, new pre-game changes, new gameplay, a lot of new gameplay changes, and a new hero. So that's what we're going to start with. The new hero, the Monkey King. The new hero is called Monkey King. The king has arrived. He's a melee hero. Okay. His first ability is called Boundless Strike. As you can see here, it's a slam on the ground that stuns people and creeps, and it deals a critical strike based on your attack. The second ability of Monkey King is called Tree Dance. Allows you to jump on a tree and then you can jump from one tree to another. When the tree you are on gets destroyed, you fall down and you get stunned. The third ability of Monkey King is Primal Spring. You get it when you are on a tree. So it allows you to select an area on the ground, jump from the tree to that area, slow the movement speed of enemies there, and deal damage. It's a channeled ability, so the damage and the slow depends on how long you channel the ability. The fourth ability of Monkey King is called Jingu Mastery. It's a passive ability. Every time you attack the same target 4 times, you grant a buff that for your next 4 attacks, you have increased damage and you have lifesteal. The next ability of Monkey King is called Mischief, and it allows you to change your form, and you use surroundings as inspiration for the disguise. If you stand next to a tree, as you can see here, you become a tree as well. You change your form into a tree. If you do it next to a rune spot, you change your form into a rune. It's pretty funny, it's great, and it can be very confusing. Every time you attack or you get attacked, the form breaks, of course. You get revealed. The ultimate of Monkey King is called Wukong's Command, and you select an area on the ground and you create soldiers, some kind of illusions of your hero. They attack only heroes. The soldiers attack only enemy heroes. For the duration ultimate, you can also attack, and both you and all your soldiers, you get bonus damage. So that's it for Monkey King. Down here, by the way, this page, you can find it on dota2.com/700. I will link this in the description of the video as well if you want to just go there and click it. Down here, before the explanation of the hero, you can find the comic. There is a new Monkey King terrain that you have to buy if you want to. There is an Arcana item for Monkey King. Another comic down here. And also there is an announcer pack, Monkey King announcer pack. So that's the new hero. Melee hero, I like it. Monkey King seems fun. New HUD. Watch this. Bam. That's the new HUD of the game. This is how Dota 2 will look now. There is the minimap down here. There are your spells, your hero, your inventory. On the right side, you have your shop key and your quick buy. Here on top, you have the hero icons, but it's a new HUD. Looks better than the older one. I think there is a lot of space now. There is space here and here. The previous HUD was taking a lot of unnecessary space, I felt like. So this one is much better. Really cool rework of the HUD. I like it a lot. Rebuilt in-game interface. increased visibility, increased options, increased visibility, increased options, top bar and minimap, top bar, teammate status. Hold out to display health, mana, and buyback status of teammates. This is really cool. Hero control console. For example, one click level up. You just click on the plus and it updates your ability. It makes it really fast and really easy to upgrade your ability. You can do it while in combat as well. Hero talents and backpacks. We will see this and we will talk about this a bit later. Hero talents and backpack. Mana cost on items in your inventory. Another really cool change. I like it a lot. Shop and courier. New shop view. Takes a lot less space. I like the new shop view here. Everything just looks more updated, you know, everything just looks more cool. Better graphics, better VO. And VO that doesn't take much unnecessary space. Remember there used to be these black lines up here, on the left here and on the right side, on the hero icons? They are gone now. You still have your option here. And you have the option this right here. Wait, maybe I skipped it. Yes, you have your option in game to access your settings. It's a lot easier and a lot better, a lot faster access to the options, the settings. Shop and courier, we saw this already. Buyback, right click courier options, select, make your courier go to the home shop, secret shop. The courier controls are there as well. And that's the new HUD. Once again, if you would like to see it again, it's really cool. I like it. The new pregame. Watch this. I like this a lot. Looks like, looks like stuff from other games. You have seen this in other games already, but I still like it a lot. Shows you all the heroes and the player names versus the enemy heroes and player names. It's really cool addition. I like it a lot. A new approach to battle. Pick phase and strategy phase. Pick phase. This is your picking screen now. Before you start the game. In the middle of the screen, you have familiar filters. You have the option, if you want to, you can click select carry and it highlights for you, shows you only the carry heroes. You can click support and it shows support heroes here in the middle of the screen. Another thing you have is the hero highlight. Here on the right side, when you select a hero, you have your hero highlight. Shows you really useful information, what your hero is good and bad at. Carry, support, nuker, disabler, etc, etc. Team composition. Down here, next to your minimap, on the right side of your minimap, it tells you what are the strengths of your team and what are the weaknesses in your team. Do you have too many carries? Or do you have too many supports? Or you don't have any disables? Or you don't have any initiators? And you also tells you how many melees and how many ranged heroes you have. And the last thing is hero suggestion. Outclick a portrait to suggest that hero to your team. You can suggest a hero to your team, something that you think fits to the rest of your heroes. If there is one or two heroes left to pick by your teammates, I imagine, you can suggest a hero for them, something that you think fits to the rest of your team composition. Strategy phase. After the picking phase, you have a strategy phase of 30 seconds. In the strategy phase, you have enhanced strategy map, where you can select your lane, where you're going. You can predict the enemy lanes, and also you can make your ward placement. You can put on the minimap where are you going to place your wards when the game starts. The biggest update here, the biggest change is the purchase items. Before the game even starts, in the strategy phase of 30 seconds, you can buy your starting items. So you don't have to do them later when the game starts. So when the game starts, you can straight go to your lane without wasting any time for items. That is the pregame. Really, really cool changes. Picking phase and strategy phase. I like them a lot. New gameplay. Tons of updates here. The biggest, the longest update is the new gameplay update. For example, Roshan. The new journey begins. Yep. Hero leveling. Introducing the hero talent tree. Every time, every game, your hero reaches level 10, 15, 20 and 25, you will have the option to choose between two unique talents. Those talents can give you improvement to your spells or your hero. Choose your branch. Select your hero talents at level, as I said, level 10, 15, 20, 25. Gain special bonuses for your hero or their abilities. Yes. Some of the examples, we can mention some examples. Obviously, every single hero in the game has its different and unique talents that you can choose from. But for example, Wraith King, on level 10, you can choose to have 15 bonus damage or 8 intelligence. On level 15, you can choose 15 movement speed or 200 health. Level 40, 40 attack speed or 20 strength. Level 25, you can choose to not have any reincarnation mana cost, or you can choose to have 20 bonus vampiric aura lifesteal. Another example that we can quickly go through is Shadow Fiend, for example. At level 10, you can choose to have 15 movement speed or 20 attack speed. Level 15, 6% spell amplification, those raises and ultimate more damage, or 175 health if you are having problems surviving in teamfights, if you're getting focused and you are dying really, really fast in teamfights. Level 20, 15% evasion, or plus 2 damage per soul. Level 25, 150 attack range, or minus 7 shadow rays cooldown. Additional hero level mechanics. A lot of changes to the mechanics. Ultimate levels, for example, one of the most important things here. Ultimate levels are now 6, 12 and 18 instead of upgrading your ultimate at level 6, 11 and 16. Now it's different. Another change here. Heroes no longer have the attribute bonus ability, so you cannot skill stats anymore after you have all your abilities at the maximum level. That's because you have the talents now. You have the option to choose between talents. There are some reworks to the experience, updated the respawn timetable, gold bounty changed, death cost reworked, hero experience, AoE gold reworked as well. Backpack. Another big thing for the entire update, for the entire game, the backpack. The backpack is located below your inventory, okay? You have 3 slots, your backpack has 3 slots. You can carry items there, but the items are always inactive. You cannot use them, or they do not grant you any bonuses. You have to put them in your real inventory, but for 6 seconds after you put them in your inventory, they will still be inactive. So, for example, if you want to gank a Riki or Bounty Hunter and you are carrying dust on your backpack because you don't have slots left in your inventory, you have to put the dust, replace some of your items, for example the TP scroll, replace it with your dust, like you have to predict it like 6 seconds earlier. Or you can carry observer wards, it's really cool for observer wards, clarity potions, healing salves. The backpack is really big, really nice addition to the game. I honestly love it a lot, because as a support, you struggle with finding slots. You carry small item such as magic wand, infused raindrop, TP scroll, so many small items, and you often end up with no slot for any dust, any smoke. As a support, this is huge. You can carry smoke in your backpacks, an observer, sentry wards, etc. The map changes. One of the biggest map changes, Roshan. The Roshan is no longer next to the bottom rune spot. Now he is next to the top rune spot. Also some changes to the Roshan himself. His armor got increased, but his HP got reduced. There is a new building in the game, a new building type called Shrine. It has 1500 HP and 20 armor. You have a shrine, each team has a shrine near the secret shop. And new ancient camp location. Shrines can be teleported to. You can teleport to shrine. You can destroy the shrines, or the enemy can destroy your shrines. But after all the tier 2 towers got destroyed, so you can destroy the enemy shrine, but first you have to destroy every tier 2 tower. They do have an ability though. Also, each team gets 5 shrines inside their base. The shrine has an ability with a 5-minute cooldown. You have to right click the shrine and it gives HP and mana regen in a 500 AoE for 5 seconds. And it has a 5-minute cooldown, of course. Also, the shrines do not grant any vision. When you teleport to them, you don't know where you're actually tipping. You might tip into 5 heroes. And the shrine gets, provides 150 gold bounty for each player. It's like a mini Rux or a mini tower. It gives gold to your entire team when you destroy it. Runes. Runes are now 2 different categories. Power-up runes, the haste, double damage, illusions and regeneration are power-up runes. And then you have the second category, bounty runes. The bounty runes are no longer located in the river, okay? Now there are bounty runes in the jungles. We will see that in a bit. The normal runes, the power-up runes, are still located in the river, and every 2 minutes... No, sorry. The power-up runes spawn occur at only 1 river location at a time, just like always. They do not spawn at the start of the game. At the start of the game, you have only your bounty runes in the jungles. Each of the 4 jungles now spawns a bounty rune every 2 minutes. Instead of every minute, every 2 minutes. Grievous Greed. Obviously, there are more bounty runes in the game now. And Alchemist. Grievous Greed, the passive ability, grants 2 times the gold from bounty rune instead of 6 at level 4. Jungle. Reworked entire jungle terrain for Radiant and Dire, both primary and secondary jungle, and all connecting routes. The primary jungle, which is your normal jungle, the big jungle, for each team now has 1 ancient, 2 hard, 2 medium and 1 small camp. The secondary jungle has 1 ancient, 1 hard and 1 medium camp. So there are more neutrals to kill now. There are a lot more neutral camps. There are 2 ancient camps. But there are other changes related to this, and we will see them in a bit. Some changes and reworks to the terrain layout. For example, reworked many ward spot locations and juke paths. And also created new juke paths between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Neutral changes. Neutral spawn time for the first 1 minute is exactly the same. 30 seconds after the game starts, you have all your neutral spawns. 1 minute, you have your neutral spawns again. And after that, it's going to be every 2 minutes. So 30 seconds, 1 minute, and then 3, 5, 7 minutes into the game, etc. Instead of every 1 minute, it's every 2 minutes. Another pretty good change here, like pretty nice change. Dying to neutral creeps now cause your hero to have a minimum respawn time of 26 seconds, equal to level 6 respawn time. Okay, so for example, before, when you are a roaming hero or support hero, or you can do it with any hero, when you are level 2, 3 or 4 and your respawn time is very low of only 10 or 15 seconds, you can die to neutrals and you can quickly respawn and you can teleport back to a tower, to a lane, and go back in action. So you save a lot of time walking back to base. Now when you die to neutral before level 6 and at level 6, your respawn is always 26 seconds. So there is no more such efficiency as denying yourself to neutrals. New ancients. This thing that you see here is a new ancient camp. These are new ancient creeps. Some other map changes. For example, tier 4 towers now have the same regeneration as the ancient. Using TP scroll no longer destroys nearby trees. And obviously, terrain around towers has been adjusted to ensure there isn't a spot you can get stuck. So this is good when an enemy is pushing your tower and you wanna TP to the trees where enemy doesn't see you, but they would normally see the trees getting destroyed and they know to back because someone TP'd. Not anymore. You don't destroy trees anymore with a TP. Illusion changes. Illusions now give gold and experience bounties. Illusions provide 5 gold and experience plus the level gold and experience. For example, if you kill an illusion that's level 10 of an enemy hero, level 10, you get 15 gold and 15 experience. 5 plus the level. 15 and 15. Illusions attack damage penalty against buildings increased from 30 to 50%. Illusions deal less damage to buildings now, which makes heroes that use illusions to push, they make them less strong now. It's a nerf to illusion heroes that push. Terror Blade, Naga Siren. The following illusions have a constant bounty value. This is important to realize as well and to remember, rather than the formula above. Juxtapose, Phantom Lancer illusions, they give a constant 5 gold and experience bounty. Because Phantom Lancer creates a lot of illusions really fast that also die really fast, and they can easily be farmed actually. So they give always 5 gold bounty. And Darkseer's ultimate, Wall of Replica, also gives a constant 5 experience and gold bounty. The rest of the illusions work like this. The new the new formula. General changes. Root mechanics. Root now disables a lot of the movement spells. A lot of the movement spells such as Burrow Strike, Waveform, Blink Strike, Phantom Strike, etc. that you used to get out of Root. Now you cannot get out of Root with them anymore. For example, Slark could pounce. Not anymore. Some changes to Dispel mechanics. Changes to Cleave mechanics. Other changes. Some other small changes. For example, the maximum movement speed increased from 522 to 550. When you get a haste rune, you run at 550. You run faster than before. But the haste rune duration is decreased, reduced by 3 seconds. Item changes. There are changes to a lot of items. For the rest of the video, for the rest of the gameplay, okay? I will go through only some of them, not gonna read every single one of them. This time I decided to not do a 1 hour or 2 hours long video, but a shorter video and only walking you through the biggest changes. As I said, I can link this in the description of the video, so you can go click it, or you can access this page on dota2.com/700. You can see every single small change if you want to. Item changes. A lot of items got changes. Let me see if I can notice real quick. Only the biggest ones. Some items, as you can see, got their chance reduced or increased. Some items got their recipe or components gold changed, you know, the cost increased or reduced. Small changes. One of the bigger changes, bottle. Regeneration now behaves like blink and only dispels if actual damage was taken and only if the damage source is from a player or Roshan, along with Clarity Potion, Healing Salve and Urn. That means when you're using a Clarity, Healing Salve or Bottle, creeps do not cancel it. Only heroes can cancel it. Clarity Potion, the same, like Bottle. It says it here. Diffusal Blade has some interesting changes. Diffusal Blade can only target enemies now. Cannot self-target. That means you cannot purge yourself anymore with Diffusal Blade. You cannot, if you, for example, are Ricky, you can purge yourself with Diffusal Blade and remove the dust that enemy uses on you. Or you can remove other slows on heroes that you buy Diffusal Blade on. Diffusal Blade damage per mana burned reduced to 80%. Yeah, small adjustments to trying to make the item more balanced. Drum of Endurance item reworked. It gives a 20 movement speed aura, and instead of health regeneration, it gives mana regeneration now. Gem of True Sight. The True Sight no longer grants the True Sight to illusions. So no longer you can put Gem on Naga and send illusions to scout around the map, scout for observers, invisible heroes, etc, etc, or any hero with any kind of illusions and using the gem on illusions. It only works on your hero now. Heart of Tarask got its regeneration increased by a lot. This is not the first time. In the previous patch, I remember the regen was increased as well. Now it's actually crazy. 7% HP regen per second from Heart of Tarask. When you are not in combat, of course. You have to not be in combat. Helm of the Dominator item reworked completely. Dominate ability no longer requires 75 mana. That's good. Dominate now sets the converted unit to 425 movement speed. So the creep you dominate runs faster. And you don't have to use any mana to dominate a creep. Now, the way you make Helm of the Dominator is Headdress, Gloves of Haste, and a 725 recipe. It's the same cost like before. Now it provides 6 of all stats, 10 attack speed, 10 attack speed aura, and HP regen aura. It doesn't give you lifesteal anymore. Before, Helm of the Dominator used to give lifesteal, bonus damage, and bonus armor. Now gives stats, attack speed, and HP regen aura. So Chen with the Helm of the Dominator gives attack speed aura and HP regen aura for your teammates. It's good, seems okay on support, and you can dominate another creep on top of your already dominated creeps. I don't know, maybe. Iron Talon and Cooling Blade changes. No longer increases percentage, 40% for melee heroes and 15% for ranged heroes of base damage. Now it gives bonus damage. For example, before you could carry your Iron Talon or Cooling Blade until the late game sometimes, and it gives you a lot of bonus damage and you farm a lot faster with it. For example, if your hero has 100 bonus damage, you get 40 damage from Cooling Blade. Now it always gives 25 bonus damage, 24 for melee heroes and 7 for ranged heroes against non-hero units, of course, farming creeps. That's what Cooling Blade helps for. And the bonus damage now works against Roshan. Not a huge deal anyway, because it's only 24. So buy Cooling Blade in the very early game to make sure you're not missing last hits. Definitely makes it better on heroes like Phantom Assassin with very low starting damage. You get plus 24, otherwise 40% of your 40 starting damage is almost nothing. It's very good now on heroes that have low base damage. Helps a lot. Maelstrom is no longer unique attack modifier. Morbid Mask reworked. It costs 300 gold more and it provides 15 damage instead of lifesteal. Mask of Madness item reworked as well. Finally changes to Mask of Madness. This item was completely dead. Nobody was buying it at all. Recipe. Morbid Mask. This recipe for 700 gold. It costs 100 gold more than before. It gives 15% lifesteal and 15 damage. So if you want to have lifesteal, your choice has to be Mask of Madness. Helm of the Dominator doesn't give lifesteal anymore, remember. And Morbid Mask doesn't give lifesteal anymore. So you have to upgrade it into Mask of Madness. You still have the same Berserk ability that gives you 100 attack speed and 17% movement speed now for 8 seconds. And now, while activated, you are silenced and have -5 armor. But I can definitely see it working on Faceless Void, for example. And more heroes, of course. But on Faceless Void, for example, when you chrono someone, don't use your Mask of Madness before chrono, because you're not gonna be able to chrono, you're silenced. When you use your chrono, you don't care that you are silenced, because all you have to do is right-click people. So you can use Mask of Madness on Faceless Void, I can see it working. Mjolnir, no longer unique attack modifier, just like Maelstrom. Changes to Necronomicon, lower cooldown on the mana burn. You can burn mana more often now. It's a huge, actually, buff. 7 seconds only cooldown on the Archer mana burn. Because the mana burn burns a lot. I think it's about 400 mana burn or 500. And also that mana burn deals damage, remember. So your Necronomicon is something like a mini Nyx Assassin. Think of it that way. Your ranged Necro is like a mini Nyx Assassin. It's huge. Radiance. Damage increased from 50 to 60, the burn damage. And the Radiance damage on illusions is reduced from 50 to 40. So that's a nerf to heroes with illusions that farm with illusions, such as Alchemist with Manta style, Naga Siren illusions, heroes that use Manta to farm, and overall Manta in the game. It's a nerf to them. Rod of Athos has a huge buff. The item got reworked. There are a few small nerfs here, but they don't really matter because of this, okay? Activate now uses, because of this. Applies a root. Instead of a slow, Rod of Athos now applies a root, preventing the target from moving for 2 seconds. For example, Skyrat Mage, you make Rod of Athos, you root the enemy for 2 seconds, you cast your ultimate, easy ultimate damage. And remember that we mentioned before how roots got buffed. You cannot escape with so many abilities from root anymore. The cast range is reduced, the cooldown is increased. Instead of instant, it's a 1500 speed, which is very fast by the way, projectile. But it doesn't matter because it applies a root. It's really huge. I have seen it, people buying it, and it's really good. Satanic item reworked. Recipe, Reaver, Morbid Mask, and Mithril Hammer now. It's 100 gold cheaper than before, and it gives 50 damage, gives more damage than before. 20% lifesteal and 25 strength. Tome of Knowledge got another change, pretty cool change. Instead of 425 experience, it gives 500, 600. Every time you use a tome, every time you consume a tome, the next time it gives 100 more experience. And that's about it with the changes for items. Now the hero changes. Here on this page, you can see the talents of every single hero. Some heroes have small adjustments to their spells, trying to balance them. Either small nerfs or small buffs. You can come to this page and see the talents of every single hero. Some heroes don't have a single change to their spells, but you can still come and see their talents. Anti-Mage, Aghanim Scepter added. Causes Spell Shield, your passive, your third ability passive, to passively block and reflect a targeted spell once every 12 seconds. So if Beastmaster wants to gank you as an anti-mage, you can buy... This is the example here. Instead of Linken's that blocks something, you can buy Aghanim Scepter and block and reflect that. It's not only a block, it also reflects. It's very, very situational. I don't know if it will be bought much, but it's very situational, maybe sometimes. So if a Beastmaster wants to gank you and he wants to roar you, you reflect the roar to the Beastmaster. Pretty cool. But of course you need your core items. Battle Fury, Manta, Abyssal Blade, blah blah blah. Arc Warden added to Captain's mode, but the hero got a lot of nerfs. For example, one of the biggest ones, Tempest Double no longer copies consumables. You cannot use a clarity like a mango and a healing salve on your hero. So when you create an illusion, with the illusion you give it to your real hero. You can't do that anymore. Also, the Tempest double cooldown is increased. Axe, Bane, Batrider, Beastmaster, Bloodseeker. No changes. Bounty Hunter Aghanim Scepter added. Allows Shuriken Toss to bounce twice on each hero. Bounces on everyone once, then bounces through each one again. This is really cool. I like this a lot. I think people will be buying it a lot. Because on Bounty Hunter you would normally make Arcane Boots, mech, sometimes not even a mech if you have another hero in your team to make it. And then you don't really know what to buy. Sometimes you just don't know what to get. You can get Aghanim Scepter. So that way, you as a bounty hunter deal more damage in teamfights. When you track enemy heroes, your Shuriken Toss bounces between the tracked heroes. Now with the Aghanim Scepter, it can bounce twice. It's pretty big. Brewmaster got a lot of changes to the hero. Small changes, some few changes to Bristle, Brood. Chaos Knight, Scepter. A lot of people are receiving an Aghanim Scepter now, a lot of heroes. The Scepter of Chaos Knight reduces the cooldown of the ultimate by 20 seconds and allows Phantoms to be cast on an allied hero, 1200 cast range. Now, if you are playing a position 4 support Chaos Knight, maybe you could make this and create illusions of your carry. Seems okay, seems good. But if you are the carry, if you are the Chaos Knight, I don't know if you're really interested because you are the carry. Who are you going to create illusions of? Maybe if you have a PA mid lane in your team, because PA illusions hit really, really hard. Maybe. But mostly when you play CK support. Crystal Maiden Aghanim Scepter Reworked now applies Frostbite to any unit that has been standing in the freezing field for over 2.5 seconds. An enemy can be affected only once. For example, if you Frostbite before your ultimate and then you cast your ultimate will apply another Frostbite after that. If the enemy doesn't escape it or break it with a BKB and stuff like that. Seems like a nice update. That will work really well with Magnus, for example. If you have a Magnus in your team to RP or Kunkka to both a lot of people and they are stunned. So you can have those 2.5 seconds casting time of your ultimate. And you can apply your Frostbites. Shaker, no buffs, no nerfs. Some changes to Elder Titan. Faceless Void, Husker. A lot of changes to Invoker. For example, some of them EMP damage changed from pure to magical. Invoke is no longer an upgradable ability. But the cooldown is rescaled to 6 seconds. Not many changes here. No changes at all to these heroes. Just shows you the talents that you can skill. Remember, level 10, 15, 20 and 25, you can choose between 2 talents. Finger of Death, Scepter AoE increased from 300 to 325. Small buff to Lion's Aghanim Scepter. Laundry to return form, returning from true form to druid form. So when you are a bear and you want to return to your normal ranged hero that runs faster but has less HP, you do it a lot faster now, 0.8 seconds cast. The other one is still normal, still the same. Your bear has a bit of mana regen now. Lycan. Hero reworked completely. Another hero rework we have. Howl now behaves like a normal buff rather than pseudo aura. Howl duration increased from 10 to 13 seconds. The bonus damage is reduced. The bonus damage to both heroes and creeps is reduced, as you can see. Howl now provides 200 at level 4, 200 max HP to heroes and 100 to non-heroes. This is really good for like for pushing lineups. 100 HP bonus to non-heroes, for example, Nature's Prophet, Treants, plus 100 HP. Sorry, not damage, HP. Also, Howl has double the effect, damage and HP at nighttime. So, Lycan, nighttime hero, Lycan and Night Stalker together in the same team. The Kings of the Night. New combo in the game? I don't know, we will see. The wolves base attack reduced, so the wolves now attack faster. They no longer gain 15 HP regen at level 4 though. They gain invisibility at level 4. The cripple at level 3. Cripple is the, you know, the passive spell they have. When they hit, they have a chance to apply the cripple that reduces attack speed. 60 attack speed reduction is pretty big on level 3, to be honest. Really good for early men fightings. Necrophos, hero reworked. Reaper Scythe, Scepter, upgrade. No longer disables buyback or deals extra damage. Necrophos ultimate with Aghanim Scepter now reduces cooldown to 25 seconds on level 3. That's actually pretty big. I still think the Aghanims is worth buying. 25 seconds is very low cooldown for such big ultimate. Even if it doesn't disable buyback or deal any extra damage, it still deals a lot of damage. I think it's kind of fair to not disable the buyback, because sometimes disabling buyback on an important hero could be game changing. Death Pulse now passively provides HP and mana regen for 7 seconds for each unit you kill and 10 times for heroes. Death Pulse damage reduced. Death Pulse heal reduced as well. Replaced Sadist with a new ability, Ghost Shroud. Turns you ethereal for 4.5 seconds on level 4. Grants you a 600 AoE slow aura that reduces enemy movement speed by 36%. It's a lot, to be honest. On level 4, 36%. While you are in this form, you take 20% more magic damage, so enemies can burst you down really quickly. Be careful. And have a Glimmer Cape. Glimmer Cape seems really useful for this. But any HP and mana you heal is amplified by 50%. So if you are low HP and you are about to kill, you know you will kill someone with your ultimate, you can also use your Ghost Shroud, and the heal and mana you get is increased by 50%. So Seems like interesting changes. Necrophos will get more people to play him now, for sure. No changes for these few heroes. Omni Knight. Repel spell immunity now behaves the same as Black King Bar. Not dispellable. You cannot purge anymore Repel with Diffusal Blade. But understandable, completely understandable. Repel duration is reduced. And the cooldown is increased. And Repel can no longer be cast on enemies. You don't want to give enemy a free Black King Bar. Phantom Lancer, Scepter added as well. Another hero with Aghanim Scepter. Phantom Rush now provides... Okay, this is not the Aghanim Scepter, this is just the Phantom Rush ability. For 2 seconds after you reach the enemy, you get 24 agility on level 4. It's a pretty big buff to the spell. You and your illusions also affects illusions here. You get 24 agility, which means damage, armor. It's really good. The Aghanim Scepter causes Spirit Lance to bounce on nearby enemies. The bounce range is 400, and there is a maximum of 5 bounces. In a perfect situation, you would make that Spirit Lance to bounce on all 5 enemies in a team fight, and that Spirit Lance creates an illusion on every enemy, and those illusions create more illusions from your passive ultimate. Remember that. So I can definitely see Aghanim Scepter nice on Phantom Lancer, but just like in the previous heroes we mentioned with Aghanim Scepter that got added, you have to get your core items first. You have to get your Diffusal Blade on PL, you know, Manta maybe, some HP maybe, and then buy the Aghanims. Aghanims also is a really good HP increase, gives you stats and HP, so it's really nice too. Riki, Aghanim Scepter added. Increases ultimate duration by 4 seconds, that seems really good, and allows you to target an allied hero hiding inside them for the duration. I don't know if it's very strong, but it could be okay if you are in a situation where you don't know what to buy. But first you need your Diffusal Blade. First you need your maybe a Basher after the Diffusal Blade, I don't know. Or some people buy some people get Echo Saber on Riki. So when you blink on people from behind, you get that Echo Saber slow for just a second, and you get, most importantly, the double auto attack that hurts a lot. And then maybe you can think of an Aghanim Scepter if it's good enough. Skyrat Mage, Scepter Reworked. Anytime you cast an ability, a different random nearby heroes prioritized, important, it won't hit creeps, heroes prioritized, will be targeted within 700 AoE of the target. So basically you cast 2 of your spells. When you cast an ultimate, in the next hero, in the next 700 AoE, you cast another ultimate. If you use your silence, you silence another hero next to the hero you casted at first. So it's really cool rework. For sure it will be nice. Because the old Aghanim Scepter increasing the duration didn't make much sense, because nobody is gonna stay. It was just silly. It was just pointless to get Aghanim Scepter. Now it's really good change. Now it's really good. Skyrat Mage with Aghanims. Slark, Scepter added, reduces ultimate cooldown from 60 to 30 seconds only, and causes Shadow Dance active to be a 325 AoE, hiding allied heroes underneath it. So this could be interesting in some games. You can hide your teammates and give them your ultimate, and also reduces the cooldown by a lot, 30 seconds. But just like other heroes, first you need your core items. Never first item Aghanim Scepter on Slark. First you need your Shadow Blade, so you can gank people. You need your Echo Saber for the double auto attack, etc, etc. Sniper. Aghanim Scepter for Sniper as well. Assassinate is now a ground target spell with 400 AoE. It locks onto the targets in the area. Locks on the targets on the area. And after the channel period launches 2.8 times critical strike and procs headshot on the player controlled units in the AoE. So this definitely is nice, and it makes your ultimate useful in the late game, because now it basically wrecks the enemy. That's all, you know. Sniper's ultimate is really nice early and mid game nuke from a very long range, but in the late game it doesn't do much anymore. It just doesn't do anything in the late game. But now it locks on people in a 400 AoE, and then it hits them with a critical strike. I think it's good. It's really good for the late game. Another big change is to techies. This is something I've been waiting for. This is something I've been asking for. Changes, rework, techies. Landmines are now renamed to proximity mines. They are no longer revealed by true sight and instead become visible when there is an enemy within 400 AoE. You cannot stack mines. I was reading through the changes before of techies. You can no longer stack mines on top of each other. You can have one mine for every 700 AoE or so. Let me see. Proximity mines can no longer be placed within the active AoE of another mine. 400 AoE. Okay. So every 400 AoE you can have one mine. The damage is increased though. The magic... first of all, the damage of the mines instead of physical is now magical. And every mine deals 750 magical damage. It's pretty huge. But you can only have one mine. And it has a pretty big activation delay. I don't know how good is the new techies. I can't say anything yet. I need to wait for the patch. And I need to play. And then we will see. It seems good changes. One of the biggest ones, one of the biggest changes is replaced suicide attack with blast off. With blast off, you can steal suicide, but you should be below 50% of your HP, because blast off deals 50% of your max HP to yourself upon landing at the destination. First of all, I should have said that first. 400 AoE spell with 1000 cast range. You select an area on the ground, 400 AoE, and your hero jumps there, deals 600 magical damage. Veil on techies should be okay now, I think. Veil on techies, because it deals magical damage. Suicide is not physical anymore. It's not even called suicide anymore, first of all. Silences for 7 seconds on level 4. 400 AoE on the ground, 600 magical damage, and silences for 7 seconds. This is making techies very useful in team fights. When you are full HP, you jump from a 1000 range distance and you don't kill yourself instantly. You are still alive and you can be useful for the rest of the team fight. You deal a lot of damage and you silence, so it makes techies okay in team fights now. It's not that hero that always plays alone and everyone rages at you and everyone is like, we have a techies, we are playing 4v5 game, you know, stuff like that. Stasis traps also got reworked. Instead of stunning, now they apply root. But roots got buffed, like we mentioned before. Roots are a big deal now. No longer has a 1.5 second detonation delay. It's just the activation time is 2 seconds. And stasis trap no longer expire. The duration is 5 seconds on level 4. The root duration is pretty good. I like it. The techies changes are really interesting. Really, really cool. One of them, most importantly, making you good in team fights. Timber, Tinker, no changes. Some changes to Tiny. Tree and Protector, hero reworked. The Nature's Guise of Tree and Protector got reworked. The first ability. Now, whenever you are within 265 range of a tree, for 3 seconds on level 4, without attacking, you gain invisibility. You don't have to cast it on yourself. You don't have to use any mana for it. You gain it. And you get 34% movement speed bonus. You when you attack the first time after you break the invis on your first auto attack, you bash the target for 2.2 seconds. This is a pretty big deal. I like the change here. Nature's guys, really cool change. Underlord added to Captain's mode, just like Arc Warden. They are both in Captain's mode now, but they got a lot of nerfs. Underlord, the Pit, no longer pierces spell immunity, no longer interrupts, no longer deals damage. Visage got a lot of changes as well. Not gonna go through the Visage changes. The video is being a lot longer than I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it shorter than this. And still you can see how I haven't mentioned every single change of the patch. The other hero with Aghanim Scepter reworked is Zeus. Grants you new ability, Nimbus. Nimbus creates a storm cloud anywhere on the map. The cloud casts Lightning Bolt automatically on the closest enemy within 500 AoE, once every 2.5 seconds. Clouds last 50 seconds, has a 50-second cooldown, and a 275 mana cost. So the Aghanim Scepter for Zeus doesn't upgrade your ultimate anymore, it grants you a new ability. You can cast it anywhere on the map. It's a cloud that uses lightning bolts automatically in 500 AoE. Also, it can be destroyed, seems like. It says requires 8 hits from ranged heroes to kill, 4 hits from melee heroes, only 4 hits from melee heroes. So if the hero has Echo Saber, it's 2 attacks, really fast attacks with Echo Saber. But if a melee hero walks inside the cloud, they will get hit instantly by a lightning bolt. So that's efficiency already. You have done your job, you did damage. But ranged heroes with longer than 500 range though, because that's the AoE 500 of the new ability, they can destroy it without getting hit by it. So that's your job, ranged heroes, destroy the cloud. Nimbus Summon is a global cooldown. Yes, we already saw that. It has a 100 gold bounty, by the way. It gives 100 gold, not much. It's cool. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the Dota 2 7.0 update. The new journey. New, very exciting, very cool journey is about to begin in Dota 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Good luck and have fun playing video games.